Hey, Rogue World Entertainment, and we got some official news over the weekend that was breaking, which is Dune 3 is official. Yep, they have officially announced that Dune Messiah is now in development, as well as Denis Villeneuve is going to be doing a new project for Warner Brothers as well. We'll have a quick look at what it says, and then we can talk a little bit about what this means about Messiah actually happening. The headline read, "Development on Dune Messiah is officially underway as Denis Villeneuve also signs up for a new project." Warner Brothers Discovery has reportedly signed filmmaker Denis Villeneuve to adapt Pulitzer Prize nominee Annie Jacobson's non-fiction book Nuclear War: A Scenario, or under Warner Brothers it'll probably be called Oppenheimer 2. Deadline's article has official confirmation that Warner Brothers wants Villeneuve to finish his Dune trilogy before taking on Nuclear War, and that Dune Messiah is now in active development. That's good news. That's good news because it means we get the story finished. Now, the question is, what way is he going to do it? Because he did speak about the fact that if he was to do part 3, Messiah, he would wait a good while to do it. Made sense because the story does take place 15 years after the events of what happened in part 2, but obviously Warner Brothers isn't going to wait around all that time to have this third movie come out. They want to make money, obviously. Dune Part 2 is making money. It's in around the ballpark of what I was suspecting it would do, close to the 700 mark. It'll probably finish its run a little over 700, which is good, better than good in nowadays market. But the fact that we get to have the story actually finished is even better, because let's face it, why would we want half the story? People's issue with the first movie, as much as people like that movie, they do dislike the ending because it's an incomplete story. Obviously, part 2 picks up right where that left off, which means they technically want you to watch 1 and 2 back to back. But now we get that big time jump. What way are they going to actually do that in the movie? That's the question. Will he just age them up? Bit of prosthetics, makeup, whatnot. Don't know. I'm still not going to really spoil part 2 for anyone, but there are certain things in there that is why the next story took place 15 years later. So how are they going to address that? And obviously they will want to and will have to. And then of course it's funny as well that he's going to do this nuclear war movie. It's like Warner Brothers went, well, we really landed on our feet there with Oppenheimer. Let's do another nuclear movie. And as I said, they'll probably call it Oppenheimer 2 or something. But the fact that we are officially now getting Dune Messiah is good news. Now, it doesn't mean he's going to stick the landing. He could drop the ball. Hopefully not. And he has said the only way he would do part 3 is if he can absolutely make it better than part 1 and 2. So, there is that curse of the tree. Every time they go for a trilogy, the third one always ends up being the letdown. Most of the time. But I think he'll stick the landing. You got the source material there. You know what you've done. The movie's making tons of profit. I mean, Dune Part 1 and I believe Part 2, they were only made for $100 million because they planned out the effects. That's why the effects look so good, and how they did it for so little compared to a Marvel movie or a DC movie or most of the movies nowadays. So I think if you can keep the budget down, plan it out again, stick to the source material, or do as much as you can to adapt it. You know, it's not easy to adapt that book. I think we should have another successful movie and a decent trilogy in the bag for once. Anyway, with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.